Guys, today we are looking at WWE 2K22. Is it any good? How did the guys at 2K go when putting this game together? Yes, we all know they took a bit of extra time on this one, and I would say it's made for some pretty good results. So let's go check it out. Kicking it off with My Rise. So My Rise, essentially it's the My Career mode, the big mode of the game. You start off at the NXT Performance Center and then work your way up to the big leagues on Raw and SmackDown. The mode has a lot of different storylines that you play through. You have decisions to make, and there is quite a bit of action packed in here. You create your own superstar, male or female, right from the get-go, and take that creation of yours through the mode. So as I say, it's pretty fun. There are some voiceovers in the game, which is good. It needs that. New storylines and decisions are made through your social media hub as you progress through your career. So there are some pretty good storylines in here, and the mode is quite enjoyable overall. I wouldn't say it's perfect. And as I say, while some of the storylines are okay, there are a few kind of silly ones thrown in there. Some stories that don't really hold your attention as much or just flat out aren't as good. It can be a bit repetitive at times, but you can have a lot of fun with this mode. And while there may be a couple of complaints here, it is a pretty fun mode to play. And so now we go to Showcase mode, and for this year we had Rey Mysterio being the featured superstar as you play through matches from his career. Now overall I would say this is a very good mode, quite fun. You have Rey Mysterio giving his commentary throughout the match on what exactly was going on, as he talks in detail about what is happening in the match. It will cut away from real footage back to the gaming footage pretty seamlessly really, so that is pretty cool. When you complete all your objectives and so forth, you get to unlock a ton of pretty cool stuff. Arenas and wrestlers and so forth. The mode kicks off with the legendary Halloween Havoc 1997 match that Rey had with Eddie Guerrero. So very cool to finally have Rey appear in that phantom suit, that purple suit that he wore in that match. And overall some good matches here, and as I say, very fun mode. Well done. Now we go to GM mode, a mode that we have not seen since SmackDown vs Raw 2008. It's been that long. You have multiple general managers to choose from. The whole thing's set up pretty good. It looks good. And if you want to, you can sit down and have quite a lot of fun with this mode. Very good to see it being brought back into the WWE games. And as I say, it may not be perfect. They may be able to tweak a few things here and there, but for the most part, very good. And really adds a bit more backbone to the game. And finally guys, we're going to look at Universe mode. Now again, this isn't perfect. You come across a few glitches here and there, but you can have a lot of fun on this mode as well. You can do a heck of a lot of customization, and a cool feature they added was the match table, where you can actually customize the matches that you want at that particular show. For example, at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, if you want the main event to be a steel cage match or an Iron Man match or a Hell in a Cell match, you can do that, and you can make it a title match if you want to. And just in general, you can determine what type of matches will be at that show. So you don't just get a computer generated match like you normally would. You can actually dictate which matches occur at each show. So very good feature and gives you much more control over Universe mode. So as I say, it's not perfect, it's still lacking something. More cutscenes, more of a story theme to it is still needed. They haven't seemed to have really bothered to do that. They just keep making these little incremental changes. But with all that being said, it is still a fun mode to play. You can get a lot of fun out of it if you want to. So looking at some other things, the roster. The main roster that you get with the game, some of it's quite outdated, some of it's lacking a bit, but when you factor in all the bonus superstars that you get, when you collect enough VC and unlock all the hidden superstars, then it actually becomes a pretty good roster, because most of those unlockables are the best superstars. So in the end, when you get everything unlocked, it does make for a pretty huge and pretty good roster. The jukebox here is fine, there are some good songs here, and not too many complaints with the overall graphics and presentation of the game. All that side of it's pretty good. And the main thing I will say is that one of the most important things to this game, of course, is the in-ring wrestling. What is it like? How does it play? They made a lot of changes and built a new engine for this game, and the in-ring wrestling is really good, and that really is the most important thing. The game probably does lack a few options like ambulance matches and so forth. Things like that could spice it up a bit, but they've got a pretty good base here. And as I say, a lot of the new things that they have added to the actual in-ring gameplay, it's pretty good. So hopefully now they can just really expand on this quite a bit in the future games, not just adding one or two things, but really build on it in a bigger way, because there is, as I say, a pretty good base here. And overall, if I'm going to rate this game, I'm giving it somewhere between 75 and 80%, so that's right up there. Not perfect and does lack in a few areas, but as I say, they got a lot of things right this time around, and much better than some of the previous games that we had been getting. So there you go, guys, that is my review of WWE 2K22. What did you think of it? Put your comments down in the comment section below. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks heaps, guys, for tuning into the video. Be sure to drop a scorpion death drop on that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome pro wrestling action from the WWE, the WCW, and much more.